Welcome everybody, my name is Sal, and today I'm doing another real-world bash script. This time I'm going to be using the Wireshark command line TSHARK to pull unique IPs, MAC addresses, and some HTTP refers. If this is not what you need, just Google for the commands that you need, but let's just write it this way. You can modify it later. Let's go nano, and let's call it sharked, s.sh. Then add the mandatory bin bash. We can also add comments like the author, the date, which in this case that I'm recording this, it's going to be this date. Name is going to be shark.sh, version 1.0, and description, it's going to be combines TSHARK commands for single reporting or output, however you want to call it. Control S. Shift Alt and 3 gives you the lines. Google for how to make this permanent, because I haven't covered it and I haven't done it in my OS. All right, so let's start with important stuff like global CLI command line. This makes calling the script in any location of the terminal screen easier. A script, and we're gonna say it's the same name that we have right now. We have to change it later on. And with this and the location, it's gonna be easy to call from any location of the terminal screen. All right, echo empty line, echo. And the title is going to be Sharked version 1.0. And another line is going to be searches PCAP files for unique IP, MAC, damn it, HTTP IOCs. And another one, another empty line, and Control S, Control X, and let's give it executable attributes, which is my +X and the name of the file. Before that, let me just show you, it's just a normal file. Where is it? There. I gotta delete that. Delete this. Okay, and now we're gonna give it +X sharked, and now it's bolded purple. Control L to clear. Let's execute and see how we're at right now. Shark 1.0 searches for PCAP file, blah blah blah. Let's go back to it and let's beautify this with a little bit of hex code. -E or tag E. /033 square bracket 1M, and at the end we terminate 033 square bracket 0M. This gives the number 1M gives us bold, and let's do here 3M, which is italic. Terminate that so it works. Control S, Control X. Go up in the history. Where is it? Right there. And that's what we got. Let's go back to nano. And let's add, let's say declare variables. And then we're going to use target file, which I've mentioned in previous videos is what I use for the file that we're trying to import. $, always $, and a 1, because number 1 is our file, number 2 is a directory, something like that. I explained it in another video. And then here, although it says this, I forgot why, but let's just go with it for now. And this is going to be $, and it's going to be the first target file. So you can use this is a variable and this is a variable, but this is just like an explanation of what this is, somewhat like a title, same as this, but we're going to be pulling from here, which is going to be pulling from here. So it's like the title is going to be pulling from the variable and putting it in here. We can leave it like that for now. As I mentioned before, I am not an expert at this. I just go and I find how things work, and once they work, I don't even bother making it better or learning, which is a bad thing on my part. So I recommend, once it works, don't stop there, keep looking. So basically we're all learning here at the same time. I'm learning from you. If you leave me comments, I'm learning as I write. Uses the name of the file for text output. See, I know that I meant to do this for some reason, but I don't remember right now. But those are my two variables right now. And always use comments. That way you can tell yourself in the future what you were trying to do, or whoever takes over your script. All right, so this one is going to, I'm not even going to put one now, but this is going to be like valid, or how to use the script. I don't have a comment for it yet. I'm just going to leave it put. So if square brackets, space, let me just go in there, 3 spaces, z, our variable, then echo this information to the user. Usage, how to use this file, this bash script. So it's sharked, and then pcap file, and then we can just say exit 1, and then we turn, well, we close this. All right, so I guess this is how to use, you can say. There's too much space there. All right. It has to have these spaces. Otherwise, like this one here, it disables it. See how it changes color? So it just helps you write clearer and not all bunched up. Let me look at my notes here. So I think I can add, well, I'll just leave it like that. Let's just make this other one, which I don't have a title for it yet. Or I do, but it just doesn't sound right. And I don't want to confuse you. If, close square brackets, this is a F, and I'm missing the not. So not, if this is not a file, whatever is in this variable is not a file, then echo this. Dude, you can write whatever you want here, not necessarily this. You didn't entered a valid file. We can probably do another usage. Sharked pcap file, and then exit 1, and then terminate that. Let's see, am I doing this right? Oh, you can also do this. Echo, it makes it look pretty. The file, and then square bracket, not square brackets, I'm sorry, parentheses. Give more information to the user of what they did wrong. Is not a pcap file. Okay, so we can add hex here too to make it bold. You don't need to. I'm gonna do it here so I can show you. 033, and we said 1M is what makes it bold. And then we can just terminate that with 0M. Okay, let's take a look. Control S, Control X. Shark by itself gives you this information. Sharked, and we hand jammed something by mistake. Dude, you didn't enter the valid file. The file, whatever it is, this name, which is gets into our variable. It's bolded, and this is how you use it. If you want to do that, you can go right ahead and do that. If not, you know, make your life simpler. Let's give it a space. Now, if I didn't have this hex here, I could just do the \n for a new file, new line. I'm sorry, new line, which is basically the same thing here. But I don't think I can use both. Again, I'm learning, so let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna comment it out. Okay. So I guess it worked. Hey, like I said, I'm always learning. You can also separate these. Yeah, so it doesn't look all bunched up. Okay. All right, so we got our first part of this. Nothing important, just the regular, you know, regular stuff that you want to show the user. This is not. When I was testing this script, I figured, you know, I found out that I was corrupting some pickup files. Afterwards, I haven't seen any corruption, but I left it here just for just to show you a little bit of a while loop, because I want to show the user, hey, you sure you want to go right ahead with this one? Maybe use a copy of it just to keep your original ones intact. So we can just say important, and then I can just make this to in caps prevent pcap corruption. Never use an original pcap. Wow. Okay. And can do another echo, maybe some lines, and you can again use hex to make this bold, and then we can do a while loop. While true, do, and I've seen while loops in single line and all that. I like them this way. This is how I learned it. Read P, which is almost a echo. The only thing, echo will just show and continue. It's just message. This one will wait for user input. Okay, let's do the do. Oops. Do you want to continue? Space for our answer. Actually, let's just add the yes and no, and then we add space. And then our only two options are yes or no, so we write them outside. And then tap case. And our variables will be the yes or no. We don't have to declare them up here because they're part of the while loop. Again, I'm not an expert. I just figured them out, and I figure, okay, well, this sounds logical. All right, and then we do some square brackets with uppercase and lowercase yes or y. And we write this, which I still don't understand why we have this, but that's how I learned it. And I need to find out what this space here could be used for. And no will be echo yes by 1, and then we can do exit, not break, exit 1. We can just completely get out of it because you said no. That means you have an option to then stop and make copies and then use those copies. And we do case here backwards, 3, 2, 1. And we do case here backwards, which means ESAC. And then we complete it with done. And we can give it a new line, empty line, an empty line. Okay. Let's do the if file already exists, which I don't know what file I'm talking. I guess it's a report. Ah, that's why. Then delete. That's why that variable's called that, because it's for output. rm the file. That's what target. Or I'm sorry. File Mac. Which means I wrote this wrong, so I'm gonna have to apologize. This here should say file Mac. I guess I wanted a report output and I called it Mac. I guess somebody asked me, hey, can you give me Mac addresses? I don't know, something happened that I just said I need this. So my only ones are Macs, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll see what the output says. Okay. And up to that point, that's all I need. If it already exists, then delete. So it deletes this report. Control S, Control X. Let's use the sample pcap that I have. Oh, I forgot it's SH. Important to prevent corruption. Never use a original pcap. Do you want to continue? No. Boom. Bye. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it again. Do you want to continue? Yes. But there's nothing to continue because we haven't finished our commands. And this is where the Y will take us to our first set of commands, TSHARK commands. And should work. Should be in the keyword with everything that's related to computers. After 30 years doing IT, I figure that. Okay, where are we? We are... Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so here we are. And let's just let's enter some stars here. Commands for report below. I don't know if you want to add that. I tend to write comments on the moment and then I forget what the hell they mean. Okay, let me just give myself some space. Commands for report below. Okay. So first of all, let's find all unique IP addresses. And I think this sample, the pcap sample, doesn't have everything because it was part of a case that I was working, and so I can't take those home with me. But it will work. It's a pcap file. You can just download any pcap file from the internet as samples, and you can just run it through this, and you may get some hits, you may not. Again, I'm doing this just for work, so you can add and remove commands as you like. So let's do our echo, and let's do our box, our plus sign box, because we are adding a process here. We're positively running a process. Scanning for unique IP addresses. This shows to the person, the user, what we're doing. We can say then TSHARK, and most of these commands will repeat. They vary slightly. -R, $, our variable, and then -T, then fields, -EIP, and then we sort, and then we unique. And then we do another echo for a line, and we add here to below for text report. Aha! This is probably where that Mac thing comes, the file Mac comes. So I'm just going to say echo. I'm just gonna say I guess box here. IP addresses. Oh, this is probably going to be part of the text, the output. So I'm just going to make it, let's say like that for now. I'm gonna move it to the side just to differentiate from that and this guy so I don't get confused. It doesn't do anything because this here below is gonna go to an output file. And I guess I'll do the same command because one is gonna be for the screen and this one's gonna be for the output report. I know this gets complicated real quick, but the more that you do it, the more it makes sense. And especially if you you talk it or you read it in a way that is English grammar. All right. I don't even know if you guys are trying. I understand what I'm trying to say because my mind works faster when I don't talk. And then this is our output. There it is. That's what I thought. Okay. File Mac. I don't understand why I wanted to call it file Mac. I need to change that variable. We'll do it at the end. All right, so for the rest of the script, I'm gonna have to do it since we're gonna copy and paste. We're just better do it in Notepad. So Control S to save, Control X to exit. Let's go to Notepad QQ. If you don't have it, install it. Just like Notepad++, basically. Okay, and we are going to go to the bottom here. You can basically just keep your commands for screen in one section and your reports in another section below it, or you can just have them divided like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to do our MAC address. So we're going to take this section here, Control C to copy, come down here, and we're going to say find all unique MAC addresses, I guess. We're gonna add unique, that's what I need to say. Same here. Again, this is what works for me. If you need yours to be different, you can do it once you're done with this. See, I think the only thing we need to change is this here. And we have the command for the MAC addresses, just to pull just the unique MAC addresses. Then we're gonna grab the text, and we could have just grabbed everything at the same time. I'm just doing it so you guys don't get confused. MAC address is there, going to the output file and ETH, my output file. Now we can just grab everything if you want. And let's do the unique. Oh, actually, it's not unique. It's just going to be HTTP refer for http.refer. This command is going to be a little different, just a little. It's going to be Y. Oh, where's my cursor? There it is. -Y, double quotes, and it's gonna be http.host, which is the, I guess the command that you'll use in Wireshark. Everything stays the same fields except -e will be http.refer. Take that command line and bring it down here. Just make sure that you leave the output right there to the output file, http.refer, just to refer for our line break inside the output file. That's why I don't like doing the whole thing. I like doing it by parts. And then I'm doing the next one, which is HTTP host. Same here. That stays the same. The only thing we're going to change here is we're going to write host also over here. And that's it for that. And then we're going to take the report. It makes it easy to copy and paste if you do it by sections instead of the whole thing like we did the previous one. And this is gonna say host also for our output. Remember, this is for the screen, and this is for output file. And yeah, here host. And let me just check my notes real quick. Okay, so I forgot to add this echo. Oh, it doesn't have an echo because it's going to the output. That's right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, let me just double check my notes. Oh, we are missing for HTTP is here. It's a -q, same as here before the -r. And let me just check my notes. HTTP fields, host, unique, output. This one's the output. So, and then here we need to fix these HTTP refers and HTTP host. Okay, so we have everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we can now say echo. Let's just do some lines here, dashes. Let's just leave it like that for now. And we can say scanning complete. C output file, and then we can just in quotations do our variable, which, like I said, I don't know why I named it that, but you can change it for whatever, you know, it makes sense to you. Let me just do another echo, and let's put a note here, which not all PCAP files contain the same information. You can leave it like that. We can just take, it's easier to do this here since we're just going to be repeating. That's why we use Notepad. Then an audible alert, forgot to comment it. So we can use play. And if you're using anything other than Remnux, sorry, user share sounds free desktop stereo complete OGA. If you're using anything than Remnux and you're just making your own forensics OS, then this path is going to be different. But if you're using Remnux, it's going to be the same. And you can also download additional OGA files from the interwebs. And let's do EasySpeak or eSpeak. And you can tell the eSpeak to say anything. Maybe, let's see, I love donuts. Just to say audible alert. Let me double check everything one last time. Control S to save. We are not in Nano, so don't use Control X. If you did, just Control Z to undo whatever you did with Control X. Okay, let's try it. Shark sample. All right, here we go. Here's our P's. Here's a unique addresses. There's nothing HTTP.
I love donuts.
HTTP refers in some IP and URL information. And then when we look, that's what it needed to say. So basically, it was taking sample PCAP, and without this extension, it was overriding it. That's what it was corrupting it. So it didn't do anything for us. Okay. All right, so now the last thing we're going to do is rename the file. So we're just going to do shark sh to shark. And now we have just simple shark. And then we're going to copy into the protected folder. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit frustrated that everything's taking longer than it should. All right. You can remove it from here. I'm gonna do it just so I can show you that it works. Oh, it's protected because I copied it to make sure, you know, just to find out what the heck was going on. And we are going to call it. And it still has the information. Notice it's not in my current folder, it's in that local, the user local bin. Say yes to it, make sure that it works. IPs, blah, blah.
I love donuts.
Apologies for the mistake. It's all about troubleshooting. So if this helps you, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.